Othello, also known as the Moor, Thick-Lips, Barbary Horse, and Old Black Ram. He originated from Africa and is a seasoned soldier. His position in the Venetian army is a general, as he is a brave and well-respected officer. Othello has eloped with young Desdemona, who is the daughter of a Venetian senator. Othello's tragic flaw is that he is too trusting, gullible, and insecure of his heritage.
Desdemona is the innocent daughter of Senator Brabantio. She is a young woman who lacks wisdom and knowledge of the real world. She believes that her purpose, as a woman, is to serve her husband and submit to his means and wishes. Desdemona is a stereotypical wife for this era. Her fatal flaw is that she is too trusting towards those such as Iago.
Iago is a manipulative, jealous, and evil man whose motives for ruining Othello's life are never clearly expressed. He is also extremely self-righteous and is angry that he wasn't given the promotion of lieutenant, but instead receives the title of ensign or personal servant. At only 28 years old, Iago has mastered the art of deception and is skilled at stringing together the right words in order to persuade any person to submit to his will. However, Iago is flawed in many ways. He is insanely jealous, overconfident, and selfish, and is too stubborn to listen to reason.
Emilia is a feminist woman who speaks about the rights and responsibilities of women. She is highly intelligent and has a cynical way of thinking. Emilia has revolutionary ideas about the roles of what a woman should or should not do. Emilia is married to Iago, and of all the characters she knows him best and is the first to spot his true nature. She's very attached to Desdemona, and her fatal flaw is her loyalty to Iago.
Rodrigo is very lovesick. He loves Desdemona and would do anything for her. He is very naive and is consistently manipulated by Iago. Rodrigo is like a walking ATM. Whenever Iago wants, Rodrigo gives him money. The only surcharge is that Iago feels he needs to kill Rodrigo in order to keep his identity as one of Cassio's attackers a secret.
The play starts with the elopement of Othello and Desdemona. The pair decide to get married without the consent of Desdemona's powerful father, Senator Brabantio. When Iago and Rodrigo learn about the secret marriage, they immediately run to Brabantio's home where they shout rude remarks about his daughter and the Moor's relationship. This, of course, enrages Brabantio, and he demands Rodrigo lead him to where the Moor is spending the night. Brabantio is determined to fight the man who has stolen away his daughter, but Othello's quick thinking gets him in trouble. There is still a lot of tension between Othello and Brabantio, however, so the entire group has to go to court to find out who will win in Othello versus Brabantio. Othello impresses the members of the court with his eloquent speech and is given the court's blessing to remain married to Desdemona. Next order of business. Uh-oh, the Turks are attacking. Othello must go to Cyprus to defend the island. But wait, what about Desdemona? The couple hasn't consummated their marriage yet, so they travel to Cyprus together. Once the army arrives in Cyprus, they discover that the entire Turkish fleet has been wiped out by a huge storm. Talk about convenient. Everyone in Cyprus decides to celebrate their hard-earned victory by drinking and partying. Cassio, Othello's newly appointed lieutenant, gets a little carried away and becomes so drunk that he gets in a fight. Obviously, Othello can't have an ill-tempered drunk for a right-hand man and has no other choice than to demote Cassio.
Get out of here!
Iago swoops in and suggests that Cassio go to Desdemona and ask that she persuade Othello to reinstate Cassio. Desdemona continuously asks that Cassio be given his position back and even mentions his name while she and her husband are in bed together. Othello worries that his wife is having an affair, and this worry is only heightened when Iago admits that he thinks the pair have been together in more ways than one. Othello, still believing his wife is pure, decides that he needs ocular proof before taking any action. Desdemona is in the garden with, yep, you guessed it, Cassio. As the pair strolls around the garden, Desdemona drops the first gift Othello ever gave her, a magic strawberry handkerchief. Her lady-in-waiting Emilia picks it up and then gives it to her evil husband, Iago. Iago plants the handkerchief in Cassio's room, knowing that it will upset the Moor if he finds out his wife lost his token of love. Iago tells Othello that he saw Cassio with the handkerchief. Othello asks Desdemona for the handkerchief and is bombarded with Desdemona's refusals of loss. Othello spots Bianca with his handkerchief. This was the straw that broke the Barbary horse's back. Othello plans to kill Desdemona and enlists Iago to kill Cassio. Othello has lost all respect for Desdemona and no longer treats her like a person, even going so far as to slap her in front of her own family members. He calls her a whore and Emilia a pimp. Iago convinces Rodrigo to kill Cassio. Late at night, Rodrigo and Iago attack Cassio, unable to kill him but instead severely injuring him. After the attack on Cassio, Iago stabs Rodrigo in the back. Othello goes to Desdemona's room to kill her. Othello asks if she has prayed and commands her to repent. He then smothers her with a pillow, killing her. Emilia enters and, seeing what has happened to her lady, gathers the rest of the Venetian nobles. Othello confesses and in his confession mentions the strawberry handkerchief. Emilia realizes that her husband is behind the death of Desdemona and accuses him, revealing the truth. Iago, furious that his wife has ratted him out, kills Emilia. It is at this time that Othello realizes that he has acted irrationally and killed an innocent woman. Unable to live with the guilt, he kills himself and dies lying next to his wife. Iago is then sentenced to execution by quartering.
Oh, how the table